Hey, what's up? The next Xbox sounds like a gaming PC next to PlayStation 6. Battlefield 6 numbers got Call of Duty shook, and Ghost of Yotei continues to impress. All this and more on this episode of Press X to Start Gamers Digest. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choice, aka you can call me the human, because I be exterminating all the animals in Ghost of Yotei. I am joined by,
Sean M.F. Ross.
what does the MNF stand for?
You can kill animals in Ghost of Yotei?
Yeah.
Other than bears?
Well, I was actually referring to the Yotei 6 because they're all
Oh,
different
okay.
animals. But I think
That
you
is
can kill the
very,
deer or whatever. All right.
very, there's a word for that, but we'll move on.
All right, now you know who we are and our things we like to do outside of gaming. This is Press X Start Gamers Digest. Hey, wait, did I ask about the MF?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Time escapes me. Yes, this is a video game news show that condenses the most important gaming news from this past week to an hour-long meal just for you. We are live on YouTube whenever we can make it, which is every week, pretty consistently. But it all depends on life because life is hard.
But you can't stop the rain.
No. Missy Elliott, kick it. No. All right, don't forget you can support us by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell. If you are listening, we would greatly appreciate you leaving us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast service you're currently tuned in on. Don't forget. If you want, you can join our conversations by joining at pressx2start.com/discord. Yes, the conversations are on our Discord server, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, come join us if you like. We're not forcing you, but we are forcing you to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Yeah, it's a threat. Mm-hmm. All right, now that's out the way. Gaming news. Number one. The next Xbox should be stronger than PS6, but more expensive, reports claim. This comes to us from VGC by way of, ooh, that's an ad right in my face.
Right.
Chris Scullion. So, we are at those talks in the generation where we're talking about what's going to be happening with the next generation of consoles. I say consoles because I'm using that word loosely, at least with the Xbox side, but we can get into that once we get into this article. The next Xbox console may be more powerful than the PlayStation 6, but will be more expensive as a result of this. Let me double check something else because I am hearing myself. I want to make sure I'm not double. Okay, good. So, yes, the next Xbox may be more powerful than the PlayStation 6, but will also be more expensive. Not surprised once we get further into this. So this is according to a new report by Moore's Law is Dead, who recently posted a video showing what he claims to be the main processor for the next Xbox console. The AMD Magnus APU. An APU combines a CPU and GPU on a single chip. Will be the largest one ever used in games consoles, according to the YouTuber, who claims that it will be 46% larger than the one allegedly planned for PlayStation 6. So that is
That means
almost
nothing.
well, that means it's 46% larger than the chip that's used in the PlayStation 6. Yeah, you're right. This is
There's a couple points here that hamstrings all of that. One,
good.
In order to buy Activision, Blizzard, and King, Microsoft promised parity for all their games for the next however many years.
10 years.
So that was, I forget when the clock started, but basically,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how powerful the Xbox is because they promise that they're not going to try to hamstring other games. That opens up, them to lawsuit. Granted, I don't know how the hell the Switch 2 is going to keep up, but we'll see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Two,
mean, they're already going back on that because Call of Duty's not launching on Switch 2. Well,
it's not.
From what we know, Call of Duty is not launching on Switch 2. I think it's just the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, unless that has changed, which I can't wait to see what that looks like on the Switch 2. But yeah, so while you check that
it does
out,
say it contradicts their 10-year agreement. It's
yeah,
attributed to potential development issue timelines
right.
rather than a lack of business interests, with a port allegedly arriving in early 2026.
Okay.
But I mean, they could claim that all they want and just we never got around to it. So we'll see how that goes. But it doesn't
Mhm.
matter how powerful the system is, because that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a superior seller. Was the Xbox Series X slightly more powerful than the PS5? I think.
I actually think the PS5 was
I think it
technically more
edged it out in one
powerful.
area and vice versa on the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
side. So okay,
It's
but
one of those
like
weird things. Yeah.
the PS3 was more powerful than, let's say, the Xbox 360.
Mhm.
All that power was there, but devs weren't able to harness it.
Yeah.
Or going even further back, hell, the Game Boy. Compared to its
Mm.
competitors that came out to try to beat it, like the Game Gear, Atari Lynx, NEC, Turbo Express, all that stuff. All of those were technologically superior than it, but it had the games, it had the
Yeah.
support. Like
I mean,
hell, even the DS and the PSP.
even if you want, you could look at the inverse where
Yeah.
the Switch being the inferior console to like the PlayStation, to the Xbox,
Hmm.
they released Mario Odyssey on that, and that was the game of the year. And that game looked beautiful, but it is based off of developers and how they use the hardware.
How much did the
So
Switch sell overall?
this stuff, you know,
153 million units. Good God.
what's all that?
The Switch.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, people
Uh,
still buying the Switch to this day. To this day.
PS4 around 117 million, but that was as of 2022.
Hmm.
So probably add another 3 million on there.
Yeah,
What about the Xbox? Should I even
yeah,
bother
okay,
looking at the Xbox One?
yeah. While you look at that, I'm gonna jump back into the article. So,
58 million units. Okay.
oh,
It
oh,
doesn't matter how powerful your system is. Bring the games,
yeah.
bring the exclusives.
What is important about this is what that quote unquote power is going to cost, and that I think that's going to be the real stinger of this. But yeah, let me jump back into this and we can continue talking. The report claims that as a result of this, i.e., the 46% larger chip than the PS6. The next Xbox is likely to be more powerful than the PS6, but will naturally cost more money as a consequence of this. The result of this, according to Moore's Law is Dead, is that as a previous speculation, Microsoft is reportedly positioning the next Xbox console to be a hybrid system capable of not only playing games on the Xbox store, but also PC games on other stores. So, yes, this essentially is a hybrid gaming PC slash, I think this is just a gaming PC.
Yep.
This is just a gaming PC. Like, you can't,
They're
like,
pricing out the
what,
general market though at that same time though.
say what?
They're pricing out the general market.
Yeah, like, mm, I'm
I
doing
don't
the gymnastics in my head to like separate what a console is versus a game. Well, the answer is a console is a closed system where game PC you're free to you know swap out RAM, swap out the different parts of the computer to upgrade it or optimize it to whatever you want. And I wonder if I wonder if the hybridness of this next Xbox will be that this is just a more powerful gaming console that costs the money of a gaming PC but doesn't offer the ability to customize the different parts.
Yeah.
So like you might be able to upgrade the hard drive, but that would be about it. Like you can't. You know what? Let me just read a little further. This is a quote. It should be stronger than the PS6, but at the same time, it will also be more expensive because of this larger size and its use of bridge dies and likely a larger RAM capacity compared to the PS6. At least if it wants to work well as a PC console hybrid. Yeah, okay. That didn't really I saw RAM and I thought that was going to be like, oh, you can adjust the RAM to this thing.
Nah.
So, yeah. Overall, what is your feelings on this whole next generation of Xbox being this PC console hybrid?
Are they even gonna still call it an Xbox? Like, I guess the console
I
wars
think
are done now. They've kind of just moved to super premium upmarket
I
because
I think they're going to call it the Xbox. I think that's the least they can do with this like PC console is like say, hey, this is an Xbox, just like all the other stuff is an Xbox. But
they're just moving themselves out of the general market, and it's just gonna be Sony, Nintendo, and then I guess XCloud because people aren't gonna be able to afford an Xbox anymore.
I totally agree with you when it comes to them pricing out the general market because, you know, we've heard rumors of this next Xbox being like this kind of PC console hybrid because of the rumors of whatever this next Xbox is or was would have access to Steam and like Epic Game Store, like the PC storefronts. So, in our minds, it was always that okay, well, whatever this next Xbox console is, that's probably gonna be the most expensive thing. But looking at the fact that we have the pricing for the Xbox Ro no, the Xbox ROG Ally X and the Xbox
Yeah,
ROG Ally, and it's like,
$1,000. Yeah,
yeah, $600 for the ROG Ally and $1,000 for the ROG Ally X. It's like that's what is this console? What is this PC hybrid console going to cost? Like that is insane. But then again,
I don't think it matters because what is the point of buying it if I can just go get a PS6 and a mid-tier gaming PC?
you're not wrong.
Or
You're not wrong.
even go build your own
Yeah.
PC, your own gaming PC.
Before we continue this conversation, I do want to attach another article from VGC that is also about PS6 and the next Xbox console, and that's talking about the release date. So this is coming, as I said, from VGC by way of Chris Scullion. And the article reads that Kepler L2, an insider who has accurately reported on AMD hardware in the past, claimed in a NeoGAF thread that Sony's plans to release the PS6 in 2027. A thread discussing Sony and AMD's recent video explaining further technology. A discussion arose about Mark Cerny's claim that the new technology would be coming in a future console in a few years' time. When one user claimed that this meant 2028 at the earliest, when taken literally, another user suggested that Cerny's use of a few wasn't necessarily to be taken literally, and that's a 2027 release date. Or 2027 release could be possible. Kepler L2 agreed, saying 2027 release is not just on the table, it's the plan unless an unexpected delay happens.
COVID 20.
Boy. So essentially, it is the same thing as the Xbox. So
Mhm.
it is going to be a thing where if this holds true, the next PlayStation, the next Xbox will release in 2027. The reason why I bring this up now is I think with that being 2 years out, it is very possible that by that time the handhelds won't be $600 and $1,000. They
It'll
might
be
come down in price.
$1,200 and $700.
The tariffs we have now, then they've gone Super Saiyan.
I mean, he'll still be president then. Like,
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
that'll be
You're
the
not
unexpected delay.
Oh, you're not wrong. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's a very good point. So,
Or we'll be in the middle of a martial law / coup. Still trying to play this
hey, does
Horizon
Amazon
3
still
though.
work?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, geez. But yeah, hopefully this episode ages well and not poorly, right? I think that's the right way of looking at that in the positive. But anyways, so yeah, it is very possible that when this PC hybrid console launches, that it will be the $1,000 thing, and hopefully things will be better by 2027. And the ROG Ally X is maybe like 800, and then the ROG Ally is like the 500 thing. So you have a spectrum of devices that you can play your Xbox games on. But
What?
I think the one thing that I kind of like land on is essentially what you alluded to. It's like you just buy a PS6 and then like a mid-tier console or whatever, or a mid-tier PC, and like you should be fine. Like my thing is, if they make this Xbox PC hybrid to be like super performing,
Mm-hmm.
the games, when it comes to optimization, like they're going to take a hit once they get down to like I guess the Xbox Series S, if that's still around at that point, or the X.
I
Like,
ain't even think about smart delivery.
yeah. So it's like you're making these consoles to be super like powerful, but like, is it going to even take advantage of that to be like, oh, this is like looks
Yeah,
crazy?
you're not even looking at the other factors. People are still playing on older TVs and using
You're not wrong.
$20 Amazon Basics HDMI cables, so they're not even taking full advantage of the horsepower. They're putting regular gas in a Ferrari. Like,
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that too. Like, I don't know. This seems like I don't. This kind of seems like Xbox is throwing everything at the wall and just saying like, this is our wall now, so you could just pick and choose what you want. But it feels like an incredible waste of money if they're putting these devices out there and it just doesn't really have a place because they have essentially cut themselves out of their own market in a way. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in 2027. But in better news, number 2, Battlefield 6 breaks its own launch record with a new all-time player count peak over the weekend, confirms DICE. This comes to us from the Game Post by way of Zuhad Ali. Here we go. Battlefield 6 has officially broken its own launch date records with a new all-time player peak, confirmed by DICE lead producer. Okay, so over the weekend, actually no, let me start with the Battlefield 6 beta had about 521,000 concurrent players on Steam. No, wait, no. That's not right. You know what?
Hmm?
That number I just read was the first number of Battlefield 6, but the actual beta itself was hovering around 500,000 concurrent players on Steam because it actually beat Call of Duty's concurrent numbers. I believe Call of Duty's concurrent number was like 491,000. So just looking at Battlefield 6's beta, it was already beating that on Steam. So it kind of felt like, okay, well, there's obviously gas behind this game because they are beating Call of Duty's numbers. And those numbers for Call of Duty peaked like 2 years ago, and it hasn't been anywhere close to that since. Actually, I think it's 3 years at this point. But the numbers continue to rise for Battlefield 6, and it hit its final form of 747,444 concurrent players on just Steam alone. So we're not including the Xbox numbers, we're not including the PlayStation numbers. Like there was definitely over 1 million people playing this game over the weekend. Like that's insane. That, as this article suggests, shattered Battlefield's, past records. And I think I can't say that I'm surprised by this. Like, I think
people are ready for a change.
Huh?
People are ready for a change.
Exactly. I think in our Discord chat, which you can join by going to pressx2start.com/Discord, you should do it. I was pretty much like being like, yeah, I think that this is going to be the Battlefield that probably beats out Call of Duty Battlefield or Black Ops 7, because it seems that there's a big shift happening between the two games for this generation of games. And to see these numbers, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing. I will say, though, the caveat is between Battlefield's launch and Call of Duty's launch, there's about a month in between. So that is enough time for people to play Battlefield 6, get all they want from Battlefield 6, and then when Call of Duty comes out, jump into Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, because it's like, I can just go back and forth kind of thing. But again, games are more expensive now and money is harder to come by. So that might not be the case for most of these players. So it is a thing of I more likely can see people sticking to one and just playing that and leveling up in that game and just, doing that kind of thing.
I'll pick it up after Yotei.
Yeah. I think the thing is, like, my problem is that I was going to do the exact same thing, but I think Arc Raiders is in like less than 2 weeks. So I'm just like,
you're gonna settle on that?
I mean, I think it's free to play, right? Or is it 40?
It's 40.
It's 40. Okay.
They have an open beta though on Friday at 9 a.m.
You're right. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of been my thing of like, I want to do Battlefield 6, but I don't think I can do Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders. And I know if I do Battlefield 6, I will be less likely to jump into Arc Raiders just because I'll be so focused on that. But I don't know. But yeah, this is looking good for Battlefield 6. This is looking good for EA DICE / Saudi Arabia now. I guess that's how you call that company. But yeah, like what's your feelings on this? Like how's this doing for you?
I think people are, like I said, ready for a change. They're ready to see something different. This is a strong contender. They're tired of all the wacky mechanics and cheaters and monetization that hell, I guess it's Microsoft now. They got to squeeze money out of people to get return on their investment, and people are pushing back. And they're tired of seeing all these crazy skins and all that stuff. So we'll see how Battlefield 6 does this year, because it has its dedicated fans. Let's see how many people it brings in over the year.
Yeah. And I think you're right about the dedicated fans. Like, it is something to note that, these numbers, like that 747 plus thousand concurrent player number, that usually decreases pretty quickly because it is just a bunch of people jumping in, trying it, and then depending on their experience, they either bounce out forever or bounce for a bit and come back. So it's like you don't really see that number peak again or get even higher. But I say that to also say that there's times where that actually does happen depending on like an update or whatever. But yeah, this is really good for Battlefield 6. I think this is really good for the first person shooter, I guess first person military shooter like scene, because finally Call of Duty has to do something new and exciting and different to compete with this, especially seeing how Call of Duty is like almost a linchpin for Game Pass.
We'll
So
see
like
if
that's
they
all.
actually do it.
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely it would probably be because I think the next game is going to be Infinity War. Infinity Ward.
Yep.
I think because this was Treyarch, but then it was like the Sledgehammer thing. So yeah, we'll see. And like that's my studio that I go to when it comes to Call of Duty. So I will be looking at that to see what that is, but that's not anytime soon. But what is soon is for you to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell. If you are listening, please leave us a review on whatever podcast service you're tuned in on. We'd appreciate that. Thank you. And again, if you want, you can join our conversation by joining our Discord at pressxmer2start.com/Discord. All right. Number 3. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 sales tops 5 million copies sold. No. Free major update in development. This comes from Gematsu. By way of Sal Romano. So, Clair Obscur Expedition has sold 5 million copies. At $40 a pop, I'm not sure how much that
Was
is.
it 40?
Was it? I thought it was 40. Was it 70? I don't think it was 70. No, it was like 50, right? I know it was a reduced price.
Oh, not costumes. I think it was $50.
Okay.
Which is still not bad.
Yeah, no. 5 million copies at $50 is very good for a team of like I think 31 people. So
And then they had deluxe edition for 60.
oh, okay, there we go. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, the total sales for turn-based RPG Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has surpassed 5 million units. Publisher Kepler Interactive and developer Sandfall Interactive announced a free major update is currently in development that will include several additions and updates as a thank you to the fans who supported the game. So this is a bullet pointed list of the things to expect from this update. A new playable environment taking the characters of Expedition 33 to a brand new location with new enemy encounters and surprises to discover, challenging new boss battles for late game players to overcome, new costumes for each member of the expedition, giving even more customization options for players throughout their adventure.
good
New
God.
text and user. So what?
I just did the math. It's like 250 million. That's not counting like people who got the special edition.
Dang. New text and user interface game localization for Czech, Ukraine, Latin America, Spanish, Turkish, Vietnamese, Thai, and Indonesian, bringing the total number of support languages to 19, plus even more surprises fans can look forward to. Sean, how do you feel about this?
I ain't mad at it. Get your money. They showed the industry that people still like turn-based games. Just stop doing the same tired old thing over and over again. I wish them success on whatever they do next, whether it's supporting this game, another game. We did our part. We bought it. We played it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think this is awesome news. I appreciate the fact that so many people bought into this like weird story that started one way and then ended in a like complete twist of
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it, but it's just like when you end that game, you're just like, oh my gosh. And then the fact that we find out that the way that the I guess the next game, we're actually gonna talk about the next game, but the way
Yeah.
this is structured is that Clair Obscur is the foundation, and then whatever after
Or the
the
anthology. Yeah.
yeah, the anthology, right? Yeah, and then it's like it's gonna be different stories. So Expedition 33 is one story, and then we're gonna have another story, and it's like
Hmm.
if you look at the actual story of the game, this makes perfect sense of how they can do it. So yeah, it's cool. It's just this is I think like for me, like this is one of the games of the generation where like the last game of the generation that I could think of was like a Baldur's Gate 3 where it's like it brought a new level of like immersion and like a new experience that's just mind
Yeah.
blowing in a way. So props to them. That's awesome. Speaking of what's next for Clear Obscure, we just want it to feel authentic. Clair Obscur Studios' next game won't necessarily have the same story, art style, or genre. This also comes to us from VGC by way of that's an ad. Is this Chris
Mm.
Scullion? Yep, Chris Scullion. So the next game coming from Sandfall. Nope, this is hold up. Yeah, okay, this was also Chris Scullion. I brought up the PlayStation 6 article instead. My
Yeah.
bad. So, in an interview with the Washington Post, uh, Guillemot, I don't know
Guillermo.
how to pronounce it. Guillemot, what? Is
Guillermo.
that Guillemot?
Yeah.
How you pronounce that name?
Oh, Guillaume.
Okay, yeah, what
Whatever.
he said. Yeah.
GB.
GB. I like that. GB said, even though Clear Obscura has been a huge success with more than 5 million copies sold, that doesn't necessarily mean it'll go with the same formula for its next game. Let me stop right there. What? How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's fine. They're not resting on their laurels. They don't want to turn into another. They got bored making shit at Ubisoft. They don't want to rest on their laurels like Ubisoft did. How many? Granted, it's okay that we have franchises, but they're not changing anything
Hmm.
up. They're just reskinning shit like it's Madden or NBA and just giving us roster updates, so to speak. So they want to do something fresh that excites them, and that's fine.
So here's my thing.
Hmm.
I agree. And I think in my heart of hearts, I agree. But in my brain, I'm just like, but why would you just throw away the awesome like
DJ,
combat
you're our
system that you
artist.
built?
You're an artist.
Yeah,
You don't just
I
do the same
know.
thing every time. You do what inspires you, and
Yeah,
just hope
but
that people
money,
like what
Sean,
you
but
did.
money.
They're not doing it for the money. If they were doing it for the money, they would have stayed with Ubisoft.
I guess. I mean, I'm gonna be there for them just because I know like they make great work, but it's just like
If
it
you
isn't.
make things interesting that you yourself want to play, the people will come. If you build it, they will come. Granted, they'll still come for the other bullshit too. That's fine, but it ain't gonna win no Game of the Year awards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, you know what? I'll open my heart for them. Whatever they get, whatever they have next, I'll be there to support.
Yep.
Um. Okay, so I'm gonna continue reading. The article notes that the game's the parrying feature and the ability to remain active during an enemy's turn was inspired by Devil May Cry and Mario Luigi RPG games. That's a that's an interesting combination of games. Um, but that it was too early to tell if Sandfall would lean heavier on action next time. Which let me just continue reading. We don't want to be constrained by story, art style, or gameplay in whatever we want to make next. So nothing to say, Broach told the publication. We just want to feel authentic and made with love.
Yeah.
I wonder. So I think what my general hesitance to all of this is
Mm.
what Sandfall did with the RPG mechanics in terms of giving you a ability to parry, dodge, jump at certain points. Like
Mm.
that made that turn-based system more interactive. And what I would hope is that they would be able to take the, whatever genre they go, third person hack and slash. They put something on that to make that
They put some stank on it
more.
to reinvent it.
Yeah, so it's not so you're not just running around and like cutting people up, because I think if they
It it
do.
may it may not be that they're trying to reinvent the wheel every time because that slows down production. They might
Yeah,
not have the same leeway the next time around. Maybe.
yeah,
Granted, they
like
made 250 mil. It looks like that doesn't mean their pair. Shit, they had funding from another company. Doesn't mean that like the higher ups, the shareholders, are gonna be like, yeah, hurry up and give us another, expedition.
right, yeah, they're gonna have some time to work on it. Like what I would hope would be the the turn-based mechanic is like the foundation, and then what other story we have, like there is new mechanics on top of that that makes it. I mean, I know, because I think having the dodge and the parry is like fundamental to this game, because like that's what makes this different from, I mean, other than the whole Picto system.
Yeah, they gotta
Yeah.
mess around and have a fighting game for you so you can dodge and parry. Since that's what you want, DJ.
I mean, I'll support that. Oh man. So yeah, that's cool. Um I wish they gave us a like some
A
kind
hint?
of like, yeah, like yeah,
No,
like I
no,
think.
DJ, no, because then they're announcing shit way too early. Look what happened to Duke Nukem Forever. Look what happened to Cyberpunk 2077. Look what happened to
Yeah, that's true.
like no, just have fun and when it comes it gets here, it gets here.
You know what? Thinking about it, they're probably not even in the like prototype phase, because they're probably still working on that content,
It's
the
a small
DLC
team,
content.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll see that at like a Game Awards or something. I think that'd probably be a good place to have that, seeing how Claire Obscur is going to be in probably a couple of nominations. So, we'll see. Number 5, Halo Studio veteran, art director departs, says he'll share his story when it's absolutely safe to do so.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know what happened there. Next year, amidst reports of leadership issues. Yikes. Okay, this comes from the Game Post by way of.
Abdullah
Uh,
Jawad.
yes, what he said. Um, yeah. A longtime Halo art director has left Halo Studios, saying he'll share his full story when it's absolutely safe next year. That sounds like
Ominous.
he ominous. Yeah, it sounds like when he left, he had to sign some kind of NDA that didn't allow him to talk
Okay,
about.
that sounds more reasonable. I had other darker thoughts.
Oh, yeah, I'm being hunted.
Yeah, man.
I gotta get to a
Mean.
safe place, because I think something like this happened to one of the Japanese producers that left.
Mhm.
I forget where, but like he left and he wasn't able to talk about it for like a couple of months. And
Are you talking about Hideo Kojima, maybe? Or
I think it was Kojima. I think it was like one of the Resident Evil, like the Resident Evil guy or something.
or him. Or him. I get you.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but I remember it being a thing of like he wasn't allowed to say anything when he left, and he had to wait a couple months to be like, okay, well, this is what happened, and this is like my new thing that I'm doing now or whatever. But yeah, this is. I think this is just another. I don't know if this is another nail in the coffin for Halo, or this is just like a singular event that is just happened to be happening in Halo Studios, where it's like, oh, a person's leaving, and for whatever reason, he's he's giving this whole like setup to like, yeah, I'll tell you, it'll be next year.
Crazy.
I don't know, but yeah, this is just not great. There's not too much else in this story other than that thing that's happening and
They coming for us
the
here.
character. Yeah. So let us jump into the quick hits before we talk about the game we've been playing. Number 6. Nintendo's new animated short has fans baffled whether it was Super Mario, where it's a Super Mario Galaxy movie teaser, or a hint to Pikmin 5. Turns out, that's from IGN. Turns out it was a Pikmin short. Yes, so Nintendo's production studio is working on the shorts, I guess, to probably get them up to speed so they can make something bigger, maybe with the end goal of bringing the whole Mario movie stuff in house so they have more control over it. That'd be my guess. But yes, that Pikmin short was just a short, wasn't hinting to a Pikmin game, none of that stuff. Just a video short. So that's it. Yeah.
Do you play
That's the
Pikmin?
news. No, I haven't.
I never got into it either.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into what we've been playing. Sean, we've been playing the same thing, so I'll give you the mic to go first. What have you been playing?
Ghost of Yotei. I'm loving the discovery system in this. It feels slightly different than Ghost of Tsushima. I've seen reports or I've seen articles claiming that Ghost of Tsushima was more like a collectathon. And I've seen Yotei compared to the systems in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where they have like this triangle discovery system. So while you're doing one thing, you can see two more things you might want to do off in the distance. And I'm planning to go kill the Yotei 6, but let me go find this fox den. Let me go help this wolf over here. Let me go chop some bamboo because this dude sucks at chopping bamboo. Like, it's a lot of things that they have you discovering, and I'm enjoying it. I only wish I had more time to play it.
Yeah. The game is so good. Like I think because like one of the things they talked about was mid game to end game of Tsushima, you feel like you're doing the same things over and over again, and they're like the story is great in Tsushima, the world feels lived in, but it doesn't feel um active, if that's the right word.
Organic,
Where
maybe.
yeah, like there's things that are happening in Tsushima, but it's like all the same things. So it's like it's the repeat of like, oh, this event, this event, this event. Where I
Yeah,
feel
this
like
world feels more lived in when you go to different towns, from what I remember.
yes, and like just the setup for these different places you're going to for like just like different encounters you have, where it's just like, oh, this is really cool. Like one of the things that happened to me was okay, like just like same in Tsushima, like as you are progressing the story, as you're getting stronger,
Mhm.
you have stronger enemies that are coming after you. So basically, like you have normal bandits, then you have like outlaws who are a bit more armored, then you
Yep.
have the like more soldier class, and you have like the elite class. And when you have the elite class come after you, there is a off chance that instead of like they will quote unquote kill you, but not like kill you, they'll take you to a camp to essentially try to kill you publicly to make um
Example.
an example, right? So when that happens, you have the chance to break free of your constraints and then attack them and basically escape. I ran into a situation. I'm playing the game on hard, which this almost broke me. This almost broke me. I'm playing the game on hard. I ran to the elite. The elites were kicking my butt to the point where I ran into the same group of elites and they kept beating me and kept putting me back in the camp. So I
How
ended
many
up,
times you keep on telling you just listen, old man?
like it got to the point where I knew all of the different dialogue lines that he had for like
Oh,
the
the
camp.
dialogue tree. Okay.
Yeah, like I just it almost broke me because I was just like, you know what? No, I'm gonna beat these people, and I ended up basically just like throwing smoke bombs, throwing the fire bombs or whatever. Like I was just using everything to take these people out. They were just so hard. But all of that to also say that this game is great. Like the gameplay feels wonderful. Like if you love Tsushima's combat, you will love Yotei's combat because it is the same thing but more refined and more things to use.
Hmm.
Essentially, it's just a little different. Um, the in terms of the weapons, because that's the instead of having the different styles, you have these weapons that you can pick from. I have the essentially you get the katana first, and you get the dual katanas, and then you get the yari, which is the like spear. You
Hold
have
on.
bow and
Yeah.
arrows already, and then you get the odachi, which is like the great sword of samurai swords, essentially. So I'm at the odachi right now, and it I love how each of the weapons, the fighting changes in terms of like what you're looking for, how you have to parry, like how
Yeah.
the speeds of the weapon and stuff, like all that stuff changes on the fly as you're switching weapons and dealing with the people that are around you. So the game is such a great time. Like if I were to nitpick, I would probably say that one of the things one of the parts of the game that like feels so just whatever like unconsequential to me
Mhm.
is the resources. Like before I
You have a
left,
ton of them.
yeah, like before I left to fight the Oni, I had leveled up like literally everything I had on me was like max level.
Yeah.
And it was just like, dang, I kind of feel like I have too much stuff. Like, have I been like hoarding resources? But it's like, no, there's just resources everywhere. And like what it takes to level up the stuff doesn't require a lot of resources. So you end up having,
It's just that some things are spread out. I think I also have a charm that like gives you extra resources when you pick up stuff.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's another thing that I have to look at. Like, oh, thank you. That actually gets into the other thing in this game that's new compared to Tsushima is that you can do loadouts.
Ah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So every time you get an armor, it gives you access to another loadout. So right now I think I have 4 or 5 loadouts that I
Loadout.
can, yeah. And that is really cool because that allows you to do different builds. Like the last build that I've was playing with was essentially a fire build where I got a charm that if I parry a fire attack or a fire arrow, that lights my sword on fire.
You don't have to
So
carry that. Well, no, I think I have that. I do have
yeah,
that, but I also have the one that if you can block arrows that are on fire. So, no, okay, so I have both of
yeah,
those.
yeah. So there's that, and then you also get the Oni Flame, which allows you to light your sword on fire just as a thing you can do. But you can get a charm that does extra fire damage. I had picked up a charm earlier today that allows you to, if you shoot a fire arrow at somebody, it
Mhm.
creates like a circle of fire around them.
Ah,
Yeah. So it's just like there's so much stuff you can build out, and it's like, oh, I really like when the game allows you to make your own loadouts to like have whatever play style you want to imagine, essentially. Yeah. So that's, oh man, that's so cool. The what what is your how are the Bears treating you? How you doing with the Bears?
Only one got me, and after that, I've been on their ass.
Okay.
And
I
I think the first one I attacked, I did not engage slow mo with for my bow and arrow, so it just kind of mauled me. But after that, you're not engaging slow mo for your bow and arrow, or you're not hitting R3. Look at this guy.
let me tell you something.
In on hard mode. Sometimes you just got to talk to people. Good for you. I just made this game so much easier for them, folks.
What I tell you,
You.
I have been fighting the Bears in the most hardest way possible. Like I completely forgot about the whole slow motion thing. So I'm over here trying to like.
Are you fighting people without engaging slow mo as well?
Huh?
Are you fighting people without slow mo as well?
Yeah, no, I haven't. No. Wait, you can do slow mo fighting people too?
DJ.
Let me look at the instruction manual right quick. Oh my gosh, but like I ended up
DJ's like, wait, you can swing your sword?
Wait, you're using a sword?
I've been punching this whole time. There is a fight where you have to scrap with fists.
Yes, like yeah. But also though, if a swordsman disarms you, you can punch him.
Bitch.
Like that literally happened to me. Like I was punching this person, and I was just like, oh, I don't think I'm able to kill him by punching him. So like I just
that sucks.
moved
you should be able to do that.
I think you could, but I just moved him away enough where I like ran and got my sword and like cut him down. But
you should be able to beat him to death.
Yeah, I would hope so. But yeah, like with the Bears, I literally figured out how to dodge them and then like cut them in between their attacks. And then I realized like, oh, if you have the longbow, the heavy arrow, one shot in the head takes him down. So I was like,
oh yeah, okay. I have that.
Yeah. Like I was like, okay, that's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do that. But yeah, like oh my gosh, there's that. So you haven't done the spider lily armor quest. So it seems that like each area you go to, there is a legends quest that will give you access to armor. The first legends quest was the Undying Samurai, where I haven't looked this up, but I feel like when you get to that samurai fight, that samurai doesn't talk to you. No, he does talk to you, but he doesn't say much. But his skill set seems very similar to Jin's skill set from Ghost of Tsushima.
I didn't pay all that much mind to it, but
yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't match up because this is like hundreds of years
500
removed from Jin or something like that. So like technically
years.
Is it how much?
They say 500 years.
Oh, 500. Okay, yeah.
Or at least
so
not directly in game, but they've told us Yotei said 500.
Yeah, they gave us a number. So yeah, so like technically it's not Jin, but it's like it kind of feels like Jin. But anyways, I love that armor set. The Spider Lily quest is awesome. it is such a like cool set piece, like completely removed from the normal.
I'm sorry. Real quick correction: 329 years later, not 500.
Okay, you gotta be specific. I like it. But yeah, like the Spider Lily armor quest is like completely removed. It is very atmospheric, and it's like it's awesome. Like if they're doing this for each area, like I can't wait to see like what I have next to do for this. Yeah, man, this game is such a great game. If Clair Obscur was not out this year, I'd been like, this is my game of the year. I think by the time I end this game, it might be my game of the year. And like Claire might be like that, like really close number 2, but like I'm just having such a good time with this game.
1.5.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just it's so cool. And then like Atsu as a character is I love her way more than what I did with Jin. Like I think she is funny. I think this game is
Yep.
it is so funny. Like I grabbed a couple of like cutscenes of people talking or whatever, and it's just like I'm genuinely laughing at some of this dialogue. So yeah, man. It's awesome. I'm gonna play some more after this. All right. I think that's it. Do you got anything else to say? You got anything?
I got nothing. I want to go play the game. Wrap this up.
Right. All right, y'all. We'll see you later. You take care. This has been another episode of Press X Start Gaming with Jess. We hope you enjoyed us talking about video games, talking about the Xbox Next, the next Xbox, the PS6, Battlefield 6, Ghost of Yotei, and all that stuff. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell. Don't forget, you can join us on our Discord at pressx.com/Discord. Don't forget. Oh, I forgot. You can leave us a review if you're listening to us and not watching to us, like on a podcast or like your device. Yeah, you can leave us a review on whatever podcast service you're tuned in on. We'd appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. All right, cool. All right, y'all. Take care. Be safe. Play Ghost of Yotei if you're not. Play Battlefield 6 if you're not, or play whatever game you're playing. But just play something and have a good time. Bye.
Peace.